Thank you, and happy Halloween. This first piece is entitled The Last Dance of the Death Disciple. Risen from the dead, crawling from the earth, body screaming with hunger, body covered in dirt. Cast forth from the night, bitten by a dead man, given eternal life. See the shadow of a sinner beneath the pale moonlight. Left alone to wander, bloodthirsty orphan of the city, left with no reflection to show. Sleeping during the day beneath the dumpster, his body covered in trash. A teenage killer left all on his own, pitch black with terror, bloodthirsty to the bone. See the black wings of a bat flying off a rooftop, landing on a cat. It's your first night as the undead, so you do what you must do. See a creature in the alleyway sucking Felix Blue. Now the years have come and gone, still a young man stays the same, immortal in his plight. A kill-crazy nightmare come to life, a dark dealer in death strung out with a real bad habit for blood. A mass destroyer of God's children laughing at the Lord above. A creature of midnight hiding from the sunlight with a look as pale as a corpse. Rising from his coffin each and every night. Looking like a fallen rock star dressed in silver. Wearing a cape of leather black, dark eyes of a demon, long hair down his back. Riding off into the night, bringing home another missing person as their body on the back of his black motorbike. His castle sits high above on the hills, deep in the ruins of the old Hollywood Hills. Blood orgies in every room. His children come from the depths of hell, many of them insane, howling at the moon. As disciples of ghost-like runaways chain themselves to his gate, offering themselves, slitting open their wrists, bleeding in silver goblets, the shadow of death upon their face. Dying to be taken to your dungeon, dying to be taken all the way. Fallen ladies of the evening, sleeping in a shallow grave, with bodies buried deep in hunger, arresting eternal with no stone. Just another blood made for the master, bloodthirsty to the bone, screaming, all hail the mad Messiah, in death there is life. All hail the mad Messiah, let thy black bat take flight. Thank you. This first piece I ever wrote, it's entitled Blue. My father shot my dog today. He killed my old dog Blue while I was gone and so far away. When I found out, I asked my father where my dog was. He tried to play like old Blue and up and ran away. But I knew my dog, old Blue, better than him, and fuck you was all I'd say. Hearing me staying up and crying all night, my father drove me down to the next morning to the dog pound, telling me another like old Blue was sure to be found. But all we found was a lot of sick animals, a lot of old dog shit laying on the ground. That's when I started to scream. My father finally broke down, telling me why Blue wasn't around, lying to me, telling me Blue's spirit had sailed away to doggy heaven. But what he didn't say was he had left Blue's dead dog body crawling with worms and covered in trash, laying in a cardboard box behind the 7-Eleven. And now I'm alone, laying in my room late at night, seeing the spirit of my old dog Blue rising from the dead, covered in the shadow of a pale moonlight. Rising up before me as I stand listening to the wind, feeling his paw on my shoulder and a cold wet lick on my chin. He tells me about chasing nightbirds and howling crazy at the moon as he stands dying once again next to me, covered in blood as I stand next to him naked in my room. He whispers that my father's fast asleep. He tells me how he made Blue cry, smiling as he nibbles at my ear, whispering to me that my daddy has to die. Now my old dog Blue is taking me in his hand, my hand in his paw, leading me softly down the darkened hall, opening my father's door, becoming just a boy and his dog forevermore. Smiling at me as man's best friend hands me a butcher's knife, holding my father on the floor. Thank you. And this last piece is entitled The Creeper Man. Now I lay me down to sleep, afraid of the dark and the secret that it keeps. Afraid to close my eyes for heaven's sakes. Afraid to die before I wake. Afraid of a madman that escaped from a shadowland. Afraid of the dark and the creeper man. I'm told he's not real, that he's just make-believe. But he's as real as I make it, my... But he's as real as I make him, my God, can't they see? He's tall, dark, and crazy. He kills with an axe. He's a full-blown maniac who'll stick a knife in your back. He's come alive from somewhere deep in a dream. He's as real as my nightmares, as real as my scream. He's a black beast from a dark forest, locked up tight in a padded room, crawling crazy at his face, howling at the moon. He's a man-made monster made from the body parts of mad make-believe. The last thing you see, the Mad Hatter and his queen. He's the blood on your hand, the boogeyman, Charlie Manson's biggest fan. He's the neighborhood cat killer, stomping baby kittens to death with his feet. He's a burning scarecrow on fire, swinging his axe in the middle of the street. He's a headless horseman holding a bleeding head. He's a black widow spider and a Flintstone named Fred. Oh yeah, he's come to take me back with him, come to take my life. That's why he's here. Come to get me after all these years. A cold, dark, dead man who's become my deepest fear. A living dead nightmare who's come back from the grave, back to make good on a promise made to a frightened little boy on a wet winter's day, who finally found me like a stranger in a park as I lay awake in bed all alone in the dark, listening to a sound like a dying dog howling his last tune, driven crazy by the rabies barking at the moon, knowing that he's coming for me, hearing his laughter out on a moonlit street as he rises from his coffin buried 6 feet deep. Oh yes, the devil has a brother, a dark demon brought back to life. I can still see the way he smiled at me on the night he killed my wife, who now has come to take my life. Please God, please make it fast. For even though I've grown old, he's come for me at last. Happy Halloween.
That was great. Thank you, Robert.